Welcome back to Star Wars Experience, and today we will be talking about one of my favorite characters from Legends, the one who wielded the most dangerous lightsaber. A once proud Jedi turned to the dark side. You guessed it, he is Exar Kun. Before we get started, if you don't mind dropping a like and subscribing for more content. Alright, let's get to it. Exar Kun was a male human Jedi Knight who would eventually fall to the dark side of the Force, where he became a Dark Lord of the Sith. During his time as a Sith, Exar waged war against the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order. Kun started out as an apprentice for the Jedi Order, and his master, Vodo Siosk Boss. Exar began his training on Dantooine. Eventually, Kun honed his skills as a lightsaber duelist, and even though he wasn't yet a Jedi Master, took it upon himself to learn the forbidden knowledge and history of the Sith. One evening, around 3997 BBY, Kun snuck into his master's hut to activate a holocron. Now this holocron contained a massive amount of information about the Sith, and in this holocron, Exar learned about Freedon Nod, who was a fallen Jedi that turned to the dark side of the Force. During Exar's surrender to the dark side, he landed his ship on Korriban while the rest of the Jedi Order were meeting at the Conclave at Dinabah. Exar found himself in the Valley of the Dark Lords. Kun was then attacked by a skeleton that was made animate by the dark forces surrounding him. After some slaying of skeletons, Kun found himself following the voice of Freedon Nod. Eventually, Exar was led to a mausoleum where he found a large crystal that contained the spirits of Jedi Masters defeated by the Sith. Right as Kun looked into the crystal, Nod destroyed the temple, causing it to fall on top of Exar. Exar barely survived the explosion, and laid helpless as the dark forces of Freedon Nod blocked out any Jedi trying to sense the disturbance. With nowhere else to go and nothing that he could do, he had no other option but to surrender to the dark side of the Force. And once he had, Exar found himself healed of his wounds. As his time as a Sith, Exar would eventually wage war against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Kun and his new master, Quell Droma, decided to create a force so powerful it could destroy the Jedi. Exar would eventually travel to the Jedi library world of Ossus, where he would recruit actual Jedi Knights that were on that world. Now these Knights had no clue of Exar's fall to the dark side, and Kun would then continue to attack the Jedi Order, but specifically the Jedi Masters who forbid their Padawans of learning the forbidden knowledge. While Quell was attacking Coruscant, Exar and his Jedi Knights went to Yavin 4. It was there Kun revealed the holocron he killed Odon Ur for. Exar released the remnants of the Dark Holocron and corrupted his Jedi followers with the dark side of the Force. This was the beginning of Kun's Brotherhood of the Sith. Kun's first order for his new acolytes was to travel into the galaxy to murder their old masters. After this, Kun and Quell met up at the Senate, where Kun would use Sith magic to corrupt Chancellor Sidrona's mind, and eventually killing him. While Kun and Quell were leaving the Senate, Vodo Siosk Boss interrupted them to speak with his old apprentice. At first, Kun wanted to have a peaceful resolution, which involved Boss joining their side. However, Boss wasn't going to let that happen. It was at this point Kun challenged Boss. If Boss won, Kun would return to his master. Of course, Kun had no intention of losing, but as the battle went on, Kun found it difficult to keep up with his former master. It was now Kun would reveal his newly upgraded lightsaber. Exar Kun's new lightsaber was double-bladed. However, what made his unique was the fact that the hilt of the blade was the same size as a single-bladed saber. This caused the weapon to be extremely dangerous to wield, and only Exar himself could do it. The tables immediately turned on Boss, and Exar sliced down his former master. The master's final words were that Kun and him would have one last duel eventually, but with a different outcome, of course. Once Boss finally passed, Exar was attacked by a former classmate. The former classmate was blown back by a surge of energy. Then, Kun was reluctant to leave the Senate, leaving most, including the former classmate, alive. Exar would eventually die, physically, but his spirit would last until 4 ABY. Now that's quite a long time. I think Exar Kun has one of the coolest backstories and legacies in Star Wars Legends. And I believe him to be one of the most feared duelists, not only because of his lightsaber, but how well he honed his skills. Please let me know down in the comments what you think of Exar and his double-bladed lightsaber. Also, let me know if there's anyone else you'd like to hear about. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please drop a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time.